family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I should go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. All right, fam, let's get this episode rolling. So look, fam, if you guys did not see my initial impressions on the Race City Defense Kovert Rc9 9mm 2011, definitely go back and check that out, because I think there were some insights there that will lead into this review. But let's just go ahead and let you take a gander at this super sexy, attractive 2011. So this is a Kovert version. It's all murdered out. It's got a 6-port system in it. Really good trigger, really good machining. You know, when you manipulate the gun, I mean, really smooth. Trigger is really nice. And I said all of these things that, you know, I kind of feel like when you look at kind of that 4,000 to 5,000, that mid-tier kind of range, there's a lot of competitors out there. And I think a lot of these guns have some flaws in them. If you look at kind of the Staccato XC, great gun, great shooting gun, but, you know, polymer grip, trigger could be better. You look at the Phoenix Trinity H-Tac, another great gun, but some coatings could be better QC could be there. You look at the Legion Precision Chirac, great gun, but some inconsistencies in the manufacturing process, longer break-in period. There's a lot of guns that kind of play in there. All the Apache series, and you know, we kind of talked about, we reviewed the PewView and kind of the upgrades I made to mine. You got the Demolitia. I think that gun, that review should be out probably by the time you're watching this. Kind of talked about the shortcomings and the ups and downs. So all these guns, you know, I would say the closest thing that I can think of off kind of hand is the Kovert Apache, where you get it and you really don't have to do anything to it. Now the Apache did very well, scored very well, primarily because of how well it shoots. But look, let's get into the review of the Kovert Race City Defense Rc9. Alright, real quick, fam, if you haven't seen a 2A in LA review before, just know that the scale goes from 0 to 100. 0 being hot garbage, 100 being flawless and perfection. No gun has ever got a 0. No gun has ever got 100, right? And so if the scale works kind of like this. If a gun is like 50 to 60, that's a right down the middle of the fairway firearm. Think Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS. Gonna go bang every time. Gonna be very reliable, but really no feels or thrills. If a gun is kind of 60 to 70, okay, that gun has a feature or two that kind of differentiate it, give it a slight leg up, right? If a gun is kind of 70 to 80, okay, now you've got a really good firearm. There are some distinct features that make this gun move to kind of the front of the line, if you will. If you got a gun that's 80 to 90, okay, now you're talking about kind of a best in class type firearm, something that is right up there with the best of its peers. And if you got something over 90 to 100, okay, now you're in grail gun territory, all right? So let's start talking about the Race City Defense Rc9 Kovert Edition. All right, first up, fam, fit and finish. Look, fam, very impressed with this firearm, fam. Very impressed all the way around. I just feel like the materials they use, the coating they use, all top notch, good stuff. I'll go ahead and I'll put the specs up there. The gun feels really well made. There is nothing cheap about it. A lot of times, sometimes these guns in these territories like I said, fall off the deep end. I remember when the PureView first came out, the grip on it was really, really bad. Or there's always like something for me to pick at and be like, oh, I wish it was this. I wish it was that. No, this one, very well done. And of course, I mentioned it's got that 6-port system in it. So yeah, fit and finish, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this gun a 14 out of a possible 15. All right, fam, next up, reliability. Look, fam, I found this gun to be very, very reliable. Put about 1,000 rounds, close to 1,000 rounds through it. Had no malfunctions, had no issues, no misfeeds, no ejection issues. The ejection patterns were very consistent. Nothing that would make me feel like this gun wouldn't run reliably. A lot of times too, when these guns come ported, you know, there's some tuning that's required. You know, finding kind of the right spring weights and all of that can be a challenge for some gun makers. Race City has it down. So reliability, again, we're going to give it a 14 out of a possible 15. All right, next up, durability, fam. Like I said, the coating is really, really well done. It's an all metal gun. Like I said, the machining is really, you know, kind of dialed in, very well rated. I think this gun is going to be a very durable gun. If you take care of it, it'll take care of you, kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and give for durability 14 out of a possible 15. All right, fam, next up, trigger. Look, fam, I'll go ahead and I'll put the pull weight up there. But I can tell you, fam, that this trigger is really, really good. Like, really, really good. And it's so funny because I was like, I don't know. I mean, it has a look like an Atlas trigger. And it feels like an Atlas trigger. You know, Atlas is one of my favorite triggers out there. And I was like, you know, but, you know, I wanted to confirm my suspicions about it. And fam, yeah, the trigger feels so buttery smooth. So buttery smooth. Like I said, I'll put the trigger pull up there, but you got little to no take up, clear defined wall. That brake is so crisp. And then the reset. Look, fam. Look. Look, fam. This trigger is phenomenal. And all that to say, I found out, yeah, it is an Atlas trigger. It is an Atlas trigger. Look, fam. An Atlas trigger has never gone wrong on this channel. Trigger, we're going to give this gun a 15 out of a possible 15. All right, fam. Next up, accuracy. Look, fam. I'm going to put up some footage of me shooting from about 15 yards out, and so you can get a sense of the grouping. This is just, you know, me not on a rest or anything, just standing traditional grip shooting. You'll see how tight the groupings are. Here we go. All right, fam, look, as you can see, this gun is a shooter. 100%. I found it to be very accurate. I would not call this a competition pistol, although you certainly could use it for competition. The porting, how well weighted it is, how good the grip feels in the hand, and it does go fast, 100%. I look at it though as more kind of an all-around pistol, that you can kind of a do-all pistol, which is kind of, I think, what you want in that mid-tier. You want a gun that will fill a bunch of different roles for you. As you know, guns start to get up 6, 7, 8, 9,000. Those guns tend to be more specifically oriented. But man, I think accuracy, very, very well done. We're gonna give it a 9 out of a possible 10. All right, fam, next up, ergonomics. How does the gun feel in the hands, fam? I told you guys, this grip module is very, very well done. Feels really good in the hand, has enough texture for you to really be able to get a good purchase on the gun, but also not kind of cheese grater-ish texture either. The grip angle is very similar to most 2011 pistols. yeah, I really like the way the gun feels in the hand. Ergonomics, we're going to go ahead and give this gun a 9 out of a possible 10. All right, next up, fam, we're going to put these two categories together as we tend to do when we're talking about 2011 pistols: aftermarket support, maintenance, and upkeep. Look, fam, aftermarket, more and more manufacturers. I think at last count, we were well over 30 manufacturers of 2011s now. There's probably even more than that, probably closer to 40. And it seems like new people enter the market every day. Because of that, more and more aftermarket parts are there, more and more aftermarket support from gunsmithing shops and other people that will enhance guns. Here's what I like about this gun is there's really nothing you need to do. It's got a great grip, got a great trigger, got great internals, already ported, really, really ready to go out of the box. But if there were some need for some support, certainly it's out there for you. And maintenance and upkeep, I've said this many times with 2011s, you know, if you want to call it a downside, I don't look at it as that way. But this is not a Glock with like super loose tolerance that will just run whatever. You got to keep it clean. You know, every 1,000 rounds or so, you want to break it down and clean it out, or do a quick clean after a range visit if you put a lot of rounds through it. But if you take care of it, it will take care of you. Aftermarket support, we're going to give a 4 out of a possible 5. Maintenance and upkeep, we're going to give a 4 out of a possible 5. All right, fam, next up, affordability. So if you look up there, fam, I will put the price up there. We kind of touched on it. This is kind of a mid-tier gun. What I call the mid-tier, kind of 4,000 to 5,000 is where this gun firmly sits. I think the price is warranted based on the quality of the construction, based on the how well it shoots, everything, all the features it has, and it's feature rich. I love the way the SRO sits down in this tri-top system. Really allows you to acquire the target much easier, as well as co-witness. So yeah, fam, value wise, the value is certainly there for the price point. Oh, but it's not cheap, right? So affordability, we're gonna give this bad boy a 2 out of a possible 5. All right, fam, next up, flex. Is Instagram gonna go crazy? Are your boys gonna be like, damn? Probably so. Probably so. This is a very, very nice 2011. I think it's flexy. I think, you know, it's like I said, it's so feature rich, especially at this price point. Flex points, we're going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. Now look, fam, your boy has a special one on order. That one we could bump up to a 4 out of 5. But flex, when we do the review on my own personal one, as I said before, this is a test gun that's going back. But when 2A and LA's personal gun comes in, we may have to step up that flex score. But for now, 3 out of a possible 5 for flex. All right, fam, so look, you add all of that up, you get an 88 out of a possible 100. Look, fam, I told you guys, if you're in that 80 to 90 range, you're kind of in that best-in-class territory, particularly if you're kind of 85 to 89, and that's where this gun sits. There's really, look, DLC coating, Atlas trigger, great grip, great machining. You know, it's up there, fam. It is up there in that mid tier, right up there with the Kovert Apache and things like that. Look, I felt like they really knocked this gun out of the park. There's nothing you need to change on this gun, nothing you need to do to it. Like I said, it is really, really a really nice, smooth, flat, fast shooting gun. If you're looking in kind of that $4,000 to $5,000 range, and you want, you know, kind of the best all-around gun your money can buy, this is definitely one you should be considering. All right, fam, that's it for this episode. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.